All right, hello everybody. From hopefully there's a few people still getting notifications about this. I haven't made a video in about 3 months, so I thought I'd take a few minutes and just bring everybody up to speed on some of the progress. Though it's been rather slow over the winter, but spring now, so it's a lot easier to work on it. I had high hopes of you know, living in it. I'd just gung ho over the winter and just work like a madman on it. But that didn't happen. It's cold and dark by the time I get home, and the last thing you feel like doing after working all day is work on a bus. So I did do a few things, but nothing like I had visions of. But it's my job is more physically demanding now than it used to be, and so my energy level is just not there at the end of the day, so I just don't feel like doing it. So basically it's come down to weekends and the odd evening. But since it's been getting daylight, it's spring now, so since it's been getting daylight earlier and staying late longer, and that it's you guy feels a little more motivated to work on it. So since the last time I did this, my furniture obviously has come in. So those are a couple of the chairs I got. There's the passenger chair. You already had the driver's seat, so I got it from the same place that everything all matches. You have to excuse the mess. We're in full-on construction mode here, so everything's a mess while I'm trying to live in it. But anyways, it is what it is. Anyways, that's the couch. That's a hide-a-bed. Has a I don't know, it part air mattress, if that makes any sense. It's air on the bottom, and then foam on top, all encased into a mattress. It's actually pretty comfortable. I've been impressed with hide-a-beds over the years, but this one's actually pretty comfortable. You just inflate the air part when you want to use it, and deflate it just before you fold it all back up. So couch, recliner, and that's it for furniture. As you probably noticed, I'm doing the wainscoting on the walls. I got the one slide out done, and most of the main walls are done as well. Down the hallway here into the bathroom. So I got the toilet pulled out right now because just did this section in here. I have a different flange seal ordered, so I'll put that back on later on in the week. So anyways, that's where it's at for now. I'm just got all the way back into the bedroom here on the one wall. My desk set up in the corner, but that's as far as I've gotten. So today hopefully I'm going to pull the desk and everything out of there, pull all this other paraphernalia out of here, and go around to the back side of that slide up there. So hopefully I can get that done today, as well as I just put that wall in, that plywood in yesterday, and so I can do the wainscoting on that as well. And then I have a fabric picked out. From the rest of the plywood there up to the ceiling, and here up to that height there, I'm going to do in upholster panels, 4x8. Well, I'll use 4x8 sheets, some foam on it, and have a fabric to cover it. and then use some buttons to kind of give it a little bit of character, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's the plan with that. Ceiling is also going to be the same wood, so that will come around the curve down to here. I think I've talked about this before. Fabric panel will go from there down to the wainscoting there with the molding on it. I've also got the ducting for the air conditioning in. I haven't got the ducts plumbed over yet. I have to run the 3/8 plywood around on the ceiling where, you know, and mount all the ducts and all that kind of stuff. I have a little bit more wiring to do, and I gotta tuck all this, or secure all the wiring better. After I have everything run, I'll secure it all up in there. So we'll get to that here as soon as I can. And I'll kind of go over the furnace a little bit. It's actually, I couldn't have been happier with it. Once I fixed or replaced the fan motors in the heat exchangers, it worked awesome. I went down to -20, maybe a little bit more, maybe 22. It was 4 degrees below zero Fahrenheit, and it was toasty warm in here. 70s, easily kept it at 73 degrees. I didn't know exactly how it was going to work, so for sure. So I don't know, I've got it all covered up here now, but there's another heat exchanger. You can kind of see it there. Of course, I've got all the wood piled on top of it now, but I put that in just in case it wasn't, the other two weren't enough, but they were plenty. But the idea, my thought was that picks up air from in the bay down below, and in the front of one of these steps here in the riser, I'm going to put a vent so it can pull air from inside into that bay. That's where the batteries are going to be, and so I want to keep them warm. I don't want them freezing, so I hope that will keep that bay warm. Of course, I'll insulate it and all that, but oh, and speaking of batteries, as you probably know or remember, my lead acid batteries bit the dust. They're goners. They're still in there, but they got absolutely nothing in them. They're not charging at all. So I've just ordered some lithium cells from China. 280 amp hour. They call them Eve cells, 16 of them. So it'll give me 560 amp hours. They're just silly cheap. I mean, it's good, but they're like a third of the cost of ready-made batteries. Of course, you have to build them yourself and everything, but they're pretty cheap. So, and lots of people using them online and watching videos and whatnot, and they seem to be good cells. So that's what I'm going with. My shower pan has become storage. I just haven't got around to doing anything with that yet. Busy doing other stuff. So I'll now that I got that wall in there, I can mount all the shower hardware. Anyways, all the plumbing part of it. I'll get that done one of these days, and then I'll tile that wall, or those walls. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's about it for now. I'll try and, well, as I'm starting to do more here now, so as I do that, I'll try and post a little more often. Once every 3 months is kind of not really any point in it, so I'll try and do a little bit better job of that. But anyway, just wanted everybody to, if there's anybody still out there, to kind of no, I'm not dead, and things are moving along, but of course not as quickly as would be nice. But it is what it is. You just got to do what you can do. If it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. That's just the way it is. At least I'm living in it anyway, so it's you know, it that's all working out well. So anyway, that's it for now. Talk later. No, and just before I go, I forgot to mention that the furnace, I put that 6500 watt heating element in the tank, and that has pretty much looked after the heating. It heats the water, and as long as only one of the heat exchangers is working, it keeps up no problem. As soon as the second one kicks in, it pulls the heat down enough that the diesel kicks in. But for whatever reason, most of the time, one comes on, shuts off, and the other one comes on, and it shuts off, and kind of cycles back and forth. Very seldom are they both on at the same time, even when it was really cold. Basically it stayed down to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit. The electric looked after it. I didn't need the diesel virtually never came on. Once it got below that, well then then the diesel came on. We only had about I don't know, maybe 3-4 days this year of really cold. Well, I call it really cold. I know there's people back in the northeast states where minus 20 for 25 below and whatever, but we didn't get it. It doesn't typically get that cold here. It got down to like I said, about 4 degrees below zero, and when it was down there, I burnt some diesel. I think I burnt about 5 gallons in a week. So that's all that it needed to, in addition to the electric, and it was fairly reasonable. It was less expensive than running diesel all the time, so that was good. It's worked awesome. I couldn't be happier with it, really. It just works. Needs to be remounted and plumbed better and all that. I ran out of time last winter, but it was but as far as operation, it works great. It needs to be mounted on a slide and make it more serviceable, but as far as operation goes, it worked really well. Like I say, down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit was strictly electric, and then after that the diesel would kick in. When I come home, I keep the temperature down to 65 degrees during the day when I wasn't here, and when I came home from work, well, I'd turn it up to 72, 73. So then both heat exchangers were on constantly for 20 minutes or so. So the diesel would kick in and run then, but then it would just shut off and it would just maintain the heat, and the electric kept up no problem right down to, like I say, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And then below that, it would be, the diesel would be kicking on and off as it needed it. But I burnt, I don't think I burnt any more than about 25 gallons of diesel all winter. I just been running them out of that 5-gallon jerry can, so I bought 5, maybe 6 jerry cans of diesel over the winter. So pretty happy with that. When when a guy's traveling, be running strictly on diesel, but overnight, if it uses 2 or 3 gallons or whatever out of a 150-gallon tank, you're not really going to notice it, so it'll be fine. Anyways, I guess I rambled on enough, so that's it for now. We'll see you next time.